Technology. It has become integrated into almost every facet of our lives. It plays a vital role in communication, education, entertainment, and so much more. Advances in technology has revolutionized the world and the people that use it. The introduction of computers, the internet, and mobile phones has completely changed the world. Generation Y, also known as digital natives, have never had an absence of technology in their life. The teenagers of today have grown up with technology always being available. With this constant access to technology, teenagers are using a lot. 42% of males and 46% of females report using the internet 2 or more hours a week. 39% of males and 27% of females report they play video games or computer games or watch TV more than 3 hours per week. 26% of males and 39% of females report sending or receiving texts more than 4 hours a week. These are all considered to be conservative estimates. I talked with 3 teenagers, all of course use technology. The first uses technology extremely often and for all purposes.
Film, starring, chance.
Ready? I'm finished. You ready?
My name is Luis Gallegos. I am a junior at Santa Teresa. In my free time, I like to, it depends. I like to do a lot of stuff. I like to code. Right now I'm actually learning Swift, which is the language that Apple uses to code their apps. So that's something I do in my free time. I don't know, I'm just like any other teenager, likes to have fun with their friends sometimes. Play video games once in a while. I spend most of my time with my computer. I like to do a lot of my homework and a lot of my gaming stuff online. Yeah.
Cool. And then just talk about robotics for a little bit. Just give me an overview, what you do, what everyone else does, how technology aids in that.
I'm not because there's 2 robotics kind of things. We did robotics for MESA, and there's the actual robotics team. I'm not part of the robotics team anymore because it's too much work. There's mechanical and there's programming in robotics, and they're equally important. Without programming, you can't run the robot, and without mechanical, you can't build a robot. So computers play a big role because that's what you code in, that's what you program the instructions. That's how you set the controls to do certain things. It plays a huge role because without computers, that wouldn't be possible.
How do you use technology to interact with others, whether it's like your parents or like someone like halfway around the world?
I don't know. In that aspect, technology is kind of iffy because it kind of brings us together, but then it also makes us drift apart from each other. Like, if you notice, you can be with a group of friends and they all be on their cell phones and they're all liking each other's pictures, but they don't really communicate.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of brings you together in the sense that you know what other people are doing, but it also makes you distant because you're not actually interacting with each other when you're in person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I didn't have a computer 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure I didn't. My parents, they're not tech savvy at all. I help my dad to write emails. That's how bad it is. So basically, I introduced myself into the world of technology. I just found it interesting how such a little thing could have so much power.
What role do you think technology is going to play in your future, if any?
Technology is going to be my future. I think it's where I want to be, is where I hope to be, because technology is the future.
The second teenager we talked to uses technology fairly moderately. She uses it for communication, entertainment, and school.
Hi, I'm Anai. I'm a junior at Santa Teresa High School. But yeah, I spend most of my time on my phone when I'm using technology because I use it in class when I'm bored, during a really boring lecture, or when I'm just going class to class, I'll listen to music. So yeah, my phone's my life, kind of. Using technology at school is kind of, for me, I just use it to kind of escape. So if I feel really anxious or annoyed at just stuff that's going on, I'll just put my headphones in, or I'll text someone that usually will calm me down. I use it a lot actually in school. I probably shouldn't, but So I use it, of course, during like passing periods, just because I don't really like hearing everyone talking. I feel like a lot of the conversations going around are just like really annoying. A lot more TV and like movies and stuff, so that was probably like all I'd really do with technology. I wasn't really texting back then. But then as I kind of got older, I started using technology more socially, so kind of like to interact with other people, which I think really helped me like connect with people and meet new friends. But then it was also like, it made my life a little bit harder because then there were more like expectations and stuff to like fulfill. I think it's kind of like code switching almost, because like when I text people, depending on who I talk to, I'll text them differently than how I am like around them. I don't know. I feel like texting can be kind of hard. You never really know how to respond to a person, and I'm a really sarcastic person, so you can't really be sarcastic through texting, so I feel like I can never really reach my full potential texting. It's like ultimately it's better just to like talk to the person face to face, but sometimes that's not always possible. So I think like technology is good in the sense that like it's just always there and it can help us connect with people, but sometimes it's also like bad, of course.
Lastly, I'll talk with a teen that uses technology, but not as much as the majority of teens. She uses technology primarily through her phone. This is the case for tons of teenagers. With mobile access to the internet becoming easier, cell phones have become a staple in internet access amongst teens. 1 in 4 teens are cell-mostly users, who say they mostly go online using their phone. 78% of teens have cell phones, and 47% of those teens have smartphones. 74% of teens 12 through 17 say they access the internet on cell or tablet devices at least occasionally. 43% of teenage girls 14 to 17 say they mostly go online through their cell phones, compared to the 24% of boys.
Okay, well, my name's Lexi Pignataro. I like to write and draw, and yeah, I like to write and draw, and I like to listen to music and like go for walks. What do you mean?
So
Like,
do you use your phone?
oh, like that again. Okay, definitely probably my phone the most, because I'm always listening to music, and I don't really talk to a lot of people, but I like Snapchat a lot. So pretty much just music and Snapchat, because I don't really talk to people that much. There's like 1 or 2 people that I talk to maybe, and then it's not even like an everyday thing. It's just like sometimes. What, Mom? What are you doing?
Spraying pheromones.
How do you feel technology plays a role in like education, or if it does at all?
I think it's helpful, because I mean like you can like look things up and like learn more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it kind of like, I don't know. I don't really like using my phone for everything though. So like I'd rather like use the books, like the actual like stuff, you know, instead of like just like going like Googling it or whatever. I think that it really like it makes it a lot easier for people to like to say things. I mean, like, which is cool sometimes. Like sometimes like I understand like things are hard to say sometimes to people, and I've definitely like been a victim of that. So like, but I think it's better. I wish like it wasn't like so like everything was on the phone now. Like I wish like it was still like you could still like talk to people, but everyone like they're so used to like hiding behind their phone, like you know, like you can't say what you want to say to that person like straight up in their face.
It's apparent technology is a key aspect of these teenagers' everyday life. The one reoccurring answer I got throughout the interviews was how technology impacts our social skills. This is something that seems to be becoming increasingly more prolific in the younger generation. I am no exception to technology use myself. I find that huge amounts of my free time are consumed by technology. If I am not at school or at work, I will almost always find myself in front of the computer, playing video games or communicating with friends virtually. Technology has allowed me to sustain friendships over long periods of time and create new ones. Technology is an important part of my life, and I intend for it to be my future. Major innovations in the world will be created with technology, and old ways will be soon replaced. It supplies individuals with seemingly endless amounts of information. It has made what was impossible 10 years ago excruciatingly easy. Technology is the future, and it will continue to change the world as long as we allow it.